Dear students, today I am going to discuss second hour of the isomerism topic in the part of Almanac of degree students, BSc, first year, General Chemistry, Unit 4, Chapter 2. This is Dr. Banda Upendra Reddy, Assistant Professor, Department of Chemistry, Government Degree College, Agraharam, Rajanna Sirisilla. I am entering the topic now. Stereoisomerism. We can define as follows: two or more compounds which have the same structure, same marker formula, but they have different spatial arrangement of the atoms or groups. Such isomers are called as stereoisomers. The phenomenon is called as stereoisomerism. In the last class we discussed about isomerism. What are the isomers, types of isomers, classification. According to the classification, there are constitutional isomers and stereoisomers. In stereoisomers, the structure always same. Structure of the two compounds or more compounds are same, and physical properties and chemical properties also same, but only the physical properties are different. This is also due to different arrangement of the atoms or groups in the molecule with respect to each other. That is, spatial orientation should be different. Such isomers are called as stereoisomers. I can give the example 1,2-dichloroethene. It has the cis and trans isomers. One is called cis, one is called trans. Why we are calling it as cis and trans isomers, etc. We will discuss in the future. See here, the two chlorine atoms are same side here, but here opposite side. Here such type of compounds are called cis and trans isomers. These are cis, these are trans. That is, orientation of the two groups of similar groups, same side is called cis, opposite called is trans. Because of this orientation, two compounds which are different in the properties, more boiling point in case of cis compound, less boiling point in case of trans compound. In case of melting point, those are reversed. And cis compounds must have more dipole moment, positive dipole moment, but trans compounds have the zero dipole moment, or in other cases least dipole moment. Here the both compounds are same structure, both are planar. The two carbons of the compounds are sp2 hybridized. That is called trigonal planar. Now coming to the example 2, it is marker formula C3H6O3. With this marker formula, two stereoisomers are possible. One is called R2-hydroxypropanoic acid. Second one is called S2-hydroxypropanoic acid. These are non-superimposable mirror images. These are non-superimposable mirror images. This molecule is placed on this. They cannot be overlapped. Hence, such compounds have same melting points, same boiling points, and all other physical properties such as refractive index, solubility, etc. are similar, and the chemical properties also are exactly similar. That is, the products formed are same and physical properties are same. structure is same, but only the orientation of the groups are different. See here, OH are opposite side, H are opposite side, these are back side. These OH group and CH back side. Again, I am enlarging this and see, you can see that. See here, these two are forwarded, these two are forwarded, these two are backwarded, and they have tetrahedral structure, and they are mirror images, non superimposable. In all aspects they have the same structure and properties, physical and chemical, but they differ into only the orientation of these two. One is west side, one is south side, like one is north side, one is east side, like that. Both are like our hands, our both hands. This such type of isomers also called as stereoisomers. These are called as enantiomers. Actually, we will discuss in the future about this in the next classes. And coming to the next classification of stereoisomers. Now, I give an example. First of all, what is the stereoisomerism? What are the stereoisomers? What is the difference between the stereoisomers? What is the difference between stereoisomers? Stereoisomers are having the same structure, same chemical properties, but they have different physical properties. This difference in physical properties due to orientation of the atoms or groups in the space with relate to the molecules are different. In case of optical active isomers, we said the second example. Here structure is same, physical properties are same, chemical properties are same, but only the difference between these two is one of the molecule rotates the plane polarized light towards right side, the second molecule will rotate the same PPL light towards left side. This is only the difference. This difference means simple difference because of the orientation of the OH and H groups are opposite to each other. Because of that, they are non-superimposable mirror images. About these stereoisomers, we are going to discuss in detail. Now, we are entering the classification of stereoisomers. So, stereoisomers are classified into two groups. Already in the last class we discussed about this. One is configurational isomers, second one is conformational isomers. What is the basis for this classification? Already I discussed in the last class, I am repeating this. Based on the interconvertibility of isomers one into the other. That is, one isomer can be converted to either isomer or not at optimum temperature or room temperature or less than room temperature, and the nature automatically. Such situation, if they are interconvertible, they are called conformational isomers. If they are not interconvertible, they are known as configuration isomers. So we can discuss in detail about these two in detail. Few points I am going to discuss. Configurational isomers are not interconvertible one to other until unless the bond breaking and making takes place. But conformational isomers readily interconvertible to one to the other at room temperature or less than room temperature. Why configuration isomers are not going to interconvertible to each other means the energy barrier between the two isomers is minimum 40 kilocalories to 140 kilocalories. On supplying this energy only, bonds are going to break and remake takes place, then one convert into other. But this is not possible with the room temperature and optimum temperature, low temperatures. Hence, they are not interconvertible. At the same time, conformational isomers are going to interchange one to the other. This is due to the energy barrier between the two or more molecules is minimum 2 kilocalories and maximum 15 kilocalories. Hence, this energy will be supplied by the nature at room temperature or less than room temperature also. Hence, they are going to interconvertible each other dynamically. Hence, these are called dynamic isomers. Here, in conformational isomers, to make interconvertible, there should be no bond breaking and making takes place. Only the single bonds undergo rotation. Hence, these are called dynamic isomers. In case of configuration isomers, it is not possible to convert one to other at very less temperatures or more temperature even without bond breaking and making, and they are called configuration or also called as static isomers because their structure will be always constant, it will not be changed. The orientation of the atoms or groups always similar. But in case of conformational isomers, the rotation, because of bond rotation, in the space the groups or atoms are going to changes one place to one. The spatial orientation will be different. Again, the configurational isomerism is classified into two types. One is called geometrical isomerism and optical isomerism. Geometrical isomerism and optical isomerism. There are two types, geometrical and optical isomerism. Now, here, first of all, we will discuss about the geometrical isomerism, followed by conformational isomerism according to our syllabus. And optical activity isomerism will not be in this semester, it will be in the other semester. Hence, we only discuss about geometrical isomers as well as conformational isomers. Today, I will complete most of the topic of geometrical isomerism, and the next classes I will discuss notations, how to represent the molecules in the space. On the paper, we have to represent the molecule in the paper which should be imagined by us in the space. For that, on writing on the paper, we have to understand that how the molecule will be in the space. The type of notations will be discussed, followed by conformational isomerism will be explained in the next classes. Now, coming to our point, geometrical isomerism. Definition: two or more compounds having the same molecular formula, same structure, but they are different due to orientation of the atoms or groups around the double bond. Around the double bond, the carbons or nitrogens or nitrogen phosphorus or elsewhere any other atomers are known as geometrical isomers. That means here the double bonded carbons or nitrogens or nitrogen phosphorus etc. are going to connect with the other atoms or groups with certain bonds. So, directly bonded groups oriented in the space, the orientation, depending upon this orientation, the geometrical isomers are classified into two types. One is cis isomer and trans isomers. Second one is E and Z isomers. One is second E and Z isomer. E and Z isomer. Here I am repeating, around the double bonded carbon, C double bond C or N double bond N or N double bond P or any other double bonds in organic chemistry, the bonded atoms or groups are going to orient in a certain manner. The two compounds have the different orientation. Such two compounds which have the different orientation of the atoms of the groups which are connected with the double bonded carbon and nitrogen, then they are called stereoisomers. That's all, geometrical isomers. They have the same structure and same molecular formula. What happens to the geometrical isomers? Geometrical isomers completely they have the differ in the physical properties. Melting point, boiling point, solubility, density, refractive index, dipole moment, etc. will be completely different for those two compounds, or if more than two, if they are present. But the chemical properties are same. Even though chemical properties are same, one of the molecule may react slowly and other molecule will get fast reaction, products will be produced earliest. That is, reaction will be completed with more or less rate. Both the rate of reaction will not be same. This is the difference between the geometrical isomers. Geometrical isomers are having the same chemical properties, same structure but different physical properties. Here a question will arise that why the physical properties are different even though structure is same and molecular formula is same. Only because of orientation is different. Is the orientation affect the physical properties? How? How means, for this case we have to learn the different weak attraction between the molecules. That is, molecules are attract each other via van der Waals attractions, dipole ion attractions, London attractions and hydrogen bonds, dipolar attraction, etc. Because of the orientation is different, surface area will be different, or the attraction between the two molecules of such same molecules are different. Sometimes in the lattice point in the solid state, the fixing in the lattice will be different, hence trans compounds are going to fix effectively in the lattice, hence their melting points are more and compared with the cis compounds. But because the dipole moment of the trans compounds are 0 or very less, but the dipole moment of the cis compounds are more, they are more polarized, hence because of polarity they are not going to fix in the lattice properly, hence their melting point are less. But in case of boiling points, if you think about the boiling points, cis compounds have the more boiling point than the trans, because trans molecules are 0 dipole, that is 0 polar or less polar, but cis compounds are more polar. Students must go through the van der Waals forces, the weak attraction, how the weak attraction affect the physical properties. It can be learned from the first year gaseous state of intermediate syllabus. You can follow that, but and I am continuing here. So geometrical isomerism again classified into two groups on the arrangement of the atoms groups around the double bond. What will the double bond around the double bond, the atoms are going to arrange differently. These are called geometrical isomers. Based on the manner of arrangement, they are divided into two types. One is cis isomer and trans isomer, E isomer and Z isomer. So cis trans isomerism, first I am going to discuss cis trans isomerism. These isomers are classified based on the arrangement of similar atoms or groups around the double bond. Either maybe C double bond C, N double bond N, or N double bond P, etc. Cis isomers are enlightened with the blue and red symbols, red lines. See there, the similar atoms or groups which are bonded directly to double bonded CRN atoms are present same side, that is called cis isomer. Trans isomers means the same arrangement of the atoms or opposite side, that is called as trans isomers. Few examples I can go through. This first example 1,2-dichloroethene, several times discussed in the previous classes. Again, for the clarification I am going to discuss again. This compound has the, let us say that this compound has 2 chloro groups arranged same side. These 2 chloro groups arranged opposite side. Similarly, hydrogens are going to arrange same side and hydrogens going to arrange opposite side. Hence it is called cis, it is called trans. That is the most important. Here cis and trans can be easily identified. To exhibit the cis and trans isomerism, each carbon should have the 2 different atoms or groups on carbon. Similarly here C. But these two are, the out of this any one is similar on each. These two are similar. These two are similar. Minimum one is common on both. Minimum one is common. One is common. Second one maybe may not be, but both may be common, or any one should be common to exhibit the cis-trans isomerism. First example. And coming to second example. See here in the second example I am going to discuss. Here in the second example, see here, it is called trans butene butadiene dioic acid. It is called cis and trans compounds. Why it is called cis? Already we discussed previously. COOH group carboxyl groups are same side here. Here carboxyl groups are opposite side. Similarly, hydrogens are same side here. Similarly, hydrogens are same side here. Hydrogens are same side here. Sorry for the disturbance. So here hydrogens are opposite side, hydrogens are same side. This is called cis, this is called trans. Because of difference in the orientation, see here the important points. It is called fumaric acid general name, it is called malic acid general name. General names are, common names are. So here melting point is 287, it is 135, almost 130 above, double to that cis compound. Density, it is 1.635, it is 1.059. Density is almost equal to water. That means you can say easily the trans compound will be go down in the water, but almost equally density with the water, it is going to mix with the water. A different part, forget about that one. So next one, pKa. pKa of the compound first 4.41, 3.03, 1.9. Means this compound have the more acidic in nature, trans compound have the less acidic in nature. Because Ka is more, pKa will be less. Ka more means strong acid, pKa will be less. Here pKa is 1.9, here 3.03. That means first hydrogen, any one hydrogen will be easily removed from the cis compound, but the same will not be removed from the second compound, that is trans compound, easily, because it is in the 4.44. 3.03 is the its pKa value. Ka value is less. And coming to the second proton will be easily removed from the trans compound because it is only Ka value is only 4.4, but in this case 6.09. That means pKa2 is very high in the cis compound, hence second proton is very less acidic. That means the acidic difference between the two COH groups is very large in case of cis compound, but very less in the trans compound. This is believed due to formation of hydrogen bond between the this O and this H, and one hydrogen will be easily removed from the molecule easily, hence it will become strong acid. But in this case hydrogen bond formation is not possible in between that. It is intramolecular hydrogen bond, intra, and there is no possibility of the removal of hydrogen from this compound. I think it is clear to you. I am repeating this. Melting point difference is very large, trans is more, cis is less. Density is different, large is there, density of trans is more, and cis is less. Ka value is also different. Cis is more acidic. First proton will be easily removed from the cis compound, but not easily from the trans compound. And second proton is easily removed from the trans compound, but not easily removed from the cis compound. And comes to the solubility. Cis compounds have the 4.9 grams per liter solubility in the water, but in case of trans compounds are having the 4.9 grams per liter, but almost 100 times, that is 478 grams per liter is going to soluble in the water in case of cis compound, because it is highly polar. It is highly polar, dipole moment is more. In case of trans compound, dipole moment is less, hence dipole moment is less, the attraction with the water molecule in our polar mass solvent is less, hence it is not going to soluble more. So this is the difference between the physical properties of these two compounds. These two compounds due to orientation is different. Because of the hydrogen bond, sometimes some reactivity of the cis compound, that is malic acid, may be more. For one or two reasons, sometimes the reactivity will be different, but almost rate of the reaction will be different, but the compounds can be formed will be same. The always cis compound are the more reactive than the trans compound, because trans compound is more stable compared to the cis compound. And coming to the next example, cis butene and trans butene. 2-butene, cis 2-butene and 2-butene. In this case, boiling point of cis butene is 4 degrees, but trans butene is 1 degree. Dipole moment is more than 0 for the cis butene, and almost 0 for the trans butene. And coming to the next example, stilbene. Here aromatic compounds, stilbene, to the around the double bond, the hydrogens, two hydrogens arranged oppositely, or two phenyl groups are opposite and same side and opposite. These are the examples. Due to the symmetry and polarity factors and sometime hydrogen bonding in the compounds, the physical properties of cis and trans isomers will be different. The most of the cases, the isomers possess more boiling points, less melting points, and more solubility in the polar solvents with compared to trans isomers. And some other examples for cis compound, trans compound. Here cyclohexene, it is cyclohexene derivative. Here 1,2-dimethyl cyclohexene, it is cis. It is 1,2-dimethyl cyclohexene trans. Why it is called trans? Because these are forwarded for us. That means these groups are forwarded us like this, our side. But in this case they are like this, opposite to each other. They are opposite to each other. But in this case it is same side or same side. Hence these are called as trans isomer. It is a double bond. And one more best example, non-organic molecule is, non-organic means inorganic molecule, N2H2N2O4 nitrogen oxyacids. Here it is a cis it is trans compound, OH groups are opposite side and lone pairs are opposite side. Here these are two same side, lone pairs are same side. These are cis and cis isomers. So I given the more examples now. I am going to give the example, more examples. Just once go through the back once. See here cis trans isomers. One is 1,2-dichloroethene, second one is fumaric acid, malic acid, 2-butene cis trans and stilbene cis trans, and cyclohexene compound cis trans, and some inorganic compound cis trans. And coming to the EZ isomerism. So these are also geometrical isomers, but they are classified based on the double bond atoms connected to the different atoms or groups, same like cis trans isomers. But here in this case the minimum condition is no one methyl group, no one group connected to the double bond carbons is similar. That is, on each and every double bonded hydrogen atom or carbon atom, they should have the completely different groups or atoms. Similar groups should not be there. Then only these EZ isomers can be considered. Otherwise, it is called cis trans. If any one of the both carbons or nitrogens are same as before I shown, it is called cis and trans isomer based on the arrangement. Same side cis, opposite side trans. But in the case of EZ isomers, each atom containing two different groups. A double bond contains two atoms containing two different groups, means four different groups are there. Hence, four different groups are there. Then, out of the four different groups, if the top priority, see, listen to me carefully here, E isomer. What is the E isomer? We can say that isomer. Listen to me. So here E isomer means top priority groups. Enlightened with this one. Top priority groups on each double bonded carbon are oriented opposite side. But in case of Z isomer, the top priority groups are oriented same side. It is the difference. A question arises, how the priority will be decided, because just before in case of cis isomers, trans isomer, cis isomer is easily identified by the learner based on the similar groups are same side or not. But in the case of EZ isomers, similar groups will not be present. Four different groups are there. Then to assign the E and Z, we have to assign the priority to the groups or atoms on each and every double bonded atom. Then if after assigning that, if two top priority groups are same side, oriented same side, is called Z isomer. If they are opposite side, is called as trans isomer. See here, in the case of one is estoldoxime, here I can give it is first priority, and in this case it is first priority. Here it is first priority, it is first priority, it is second priority, it is second priority. See here, first priority is opposite side, first priority is same side, hence it is E, hence it is Z. A doubt arises here, why you can given this priority like this. For this priority, to assign the priority, some rules are there. In our next classes we are going to discuss the rules. These rules are also applicable for the optical isomers to identify the stereoisomers such as enantiomers, which is R, which is S, which is dextro, which is levo. The difference, that is naming, there are also two isomers, their name will be, they are on the same name, but they should different in the spatial orientation. We have to assign the name. These names can be given by some certain rules. Those rules are proposed by the Kahn-Ingold Prelog scientist. They are called CIP rules. CIP rules, also called as sequence rules. Based on the sequence rules, I have assigned that it is as a 1, it is 2, it is 1, it is 2, it is 2. Here it is 1, it is 1. So we have to wait up to the rules will be completed for the practice. We don't practice now at this time because it is not completely thoroughly prepared. We have to supply the rules and we have to explain the rules, then only you can assign the E and Z. Until that you can practice the cis and trans only. And coming to the other examples, I have given clearly here, which is what is what. See here, in this case 3-chloro-2-ene pentane is one example. See here, we are numbering from this side numbering from this side 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2-ene 3-chloro-pentane. Similarly, here also numbering from this side 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2-ene 3-chloropentane, name is same for both are same compounds. Here assignment is how, based on the sequence rule, I assigned this is 1, this is 2, this is 1, this is 2, 1 and 1 same side. Here in this case I assigned it is 1, it is 2, it is 1, it is 2, as shown. These are opposite side, hence it is called E isomer. Okay. Similarly, one more example, it is 2-methyl propanoic acid, it is COH group, it is phenyl group, it is CH3 group, COH group, H benzene. See here how the assignment numbering, it is 1, it is assigned as 1. See here, given numbers, it is was 1, it is 2, it is 1, it is 2, it is 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1 opposite, and similarly in this case, it is 1, it is 1, it is 2, it is 2, same side, Z isomer. Now these are the example I have shown, few examples. Here again I am repeating the matter. What is that? Ez isomers can be identified by using top priorities, by assigning top priorities. If the top priority groups are same side, it is called Z isomer. The top priority groups are opposite, it is called E isomers. To assign the priorities to the groups or atoms, it has some exercise should be done. That exercise must be done based on the sequence rules or CIP rules, which are proposed by the Kahn, Ingold, Prelog scientists, which will be discussed in the next classes. And coming to the here, the priorities of the groups can be assigned by the following sequence rules, CIP rules. So those rules will be discussed in third hour of the class. Thank you with this lecture. Thank you one and all.